Hello, everybody. Welcome to my talk about PMM advisors and alerting for Percona Community Live 2022. I'm going to make a quick introduction about who am I. My name is Francisco Bordenave. I'm a senior architect working for Percona. I've been working for Percona for almost 10 years now. And my background says I have a database experience of over 15 years with working with MySQL and some other database servers like SQL Server, and a little brief experience on MongoDB. I'm also a microbrewer who loves beer, football, and to spend time with my family. I'm a father of two, and I like to spend time with them. So the agenda for today is a quick introduction about what the PMM is, the PMM tool is, how this integrates with the Percona platform, how PMM can help me to prevent issues and act in case of a problem, using advisors to work on the issues prevention, how the integrated alerting works, how to set up alerts, and finally the integration with Slack, PagerDuty, email, and some communication channels for sending the alerts through. So what is PMM? PMM is the Percona monitoring and management platform. It's a free and open source database troubleshooting and performance optimization platform, especially designed for databases like MySQL, MongoDB, and Postgres. It is designed by DBAs and for DBAs. It also supports tools like ProxySQL. It can integrate support for Amazon and Aurora managed services, not only for the databases, but also for CloudWatch metrics. It supports Azure, SQL, Google Cloud, and the most important is that this is not a software as a service platform. It can be executed on your own environment. It is delivered through a Docker container normally, but it also can be set on as your own appliance or an AMI on Amazon on your own secure environment, even in your equipment. Actually, I'm running a copy of PMM on my own laptop without any problem. It's fully free and it's open source. One of the things I would like to mention about PMM is that it can integrate with the Percona platform to provide some extra features that are not delivered with the regular version or the free version. And actually, I need to inform that it remains being free even if it's integrated with the Percona platform, because there is a free subscriber tier that will integrate advisors and some stuff like I'm going to show you at the end of this talk. But the important thing is that this is not a talk about Percona platform. I will just show up a few integrations and that's it. But it's important to mention that some features or some extra features can be achieved when the tool is integrated with the Percona platform. The platform integrates, for example, all the advisors, and these advisors are checks designed to identify issues and potential problems. And as said, your mileage may vary depending on the type of subscription you are connected to. So, some things to inform about the advisors. They can provide information about security threats. For example, if you have a wide open root account, or if you are using accounts with no password, it will inform that. It can provide information about potential performance problem or degradation based on your configuration. It can show you issues with the potential data corruption or loss, depending on how you configure your instance, and some other stuff that can help you understand what can be do better to at least try to avoid issues. And as said, this is designed and supports MySQL, Postgres, and Mongo. So how PMM can help me? PMM is designed to monitor database metrics. And by database metrics, I mean every type of metric that database creates by just running or attending applications. Based on these metrics, PMM will render some graphics that will help you understand what's going on into the DBA and also understand how your workload is running against the database or how you are accessing to your data using your applications. Moreover, given the presence of the advisor, PMM can help me to prevent issues. And finally, if we have problems, PMM can help me with alerts, like firing an alert if a problem happens. So how to use the advisors? As said, the advisors will come. A subset of them are out of the box in the PMM installation. There are a few of them just to show you how they work, but the real amount of advisors will appear once you are subscribed to the platform. So first of all, we need to create an account on the platform through the Percona portal. This integration is super easy because once you have the account created, like this for me, Percona platform will provide you with an access token that you need to use to connect your instance. Your instance, I mean the Percona server, the PMM server. In the settings on the Percona server, we have the Percona platform that will show a dialog to just introduce a PMM server that you need to define, and then add the access token and connect. That's all you need to do. And for the advisors, you will have a difference or a short. Yes, I will show you a difference about what's the changes between the free tier or the list of advisors versus the list provided once the Percona platform is integrated. So this is a list that comes out of the box. There are like what, 6, 9, 12 of them. But if you connect the PMM server to the platform, you will get way more of them. Just the list is a screenshot, so I'm going to share you later on the demo and how this will help you when running. Finally, once the advisors are set, they will be executed at the specific intervals, and the results will be reported on the PMM home dashboard right here. You will have some checks that will show you critical warnings and notice about different severity of failures. Then I will also show you during the demo. Here is some of the results on the advisor page for those checks that didn't pass whatever is defined on the advisor check. So, integrated alerting. This is a feature that Percona is working on. This is still technical preview. It's fully usable, but it's still not production ready. So if you are an early adopter, it's a good moment to start testing that. It is based on built-in templates. So these templates can be created, or some of them comes with the installation, but you can create your own custom templates by defining some YAML files. It's super easy. Based on these templates, we will define rules that defines where circumstance fire alert. And finally, I will show you how we can integrate this alerting method with the communication channel that we define. Email, Slack, Teams, PagerDuty, whatever is your favorite flavor that supports webhooks or some type of communication method like the one I'm going to show you. So how to set up alerts? It's a super straightforward process. We need to define a communication channel that can be a cell, Slack, webhooks, emails. We need to define a template rule. Some of them are already built in. Some of them can be created on a custom manner. And finally, define alert rules. For a given check, or a given alert, I'm going to define what condition will fire up this rule. I just defined a couple of them. I will show you how another one can be executed here and do a lead demo on that problem. And finally, I will have an alert page that will notify me if the problem is happening, or if a problem is happening, to be more precise. And this is a small test of how the alerting can appear on my Slack channel. So once we have everything set, I'm gonna move to my demo server and show you how this will work. Okay. Okay, this is my Percona platform portal. So here, Percona platform, this is my account, okay? I'm gonna copy my Percona platform access token. And then I'm gonna log in into my PMM server. Oops, okay. Doesn't really matter. As long as we have admin user, we can set up the account. First, okay, let me show you the advisor page and see advisor checks, sorry, and see how we can improve them by integrating this with the Percona platform. This is the list of the default list of integrated alerts or the integrated advisors. So let's attach the instance to the Percona platform. In configuration settings, I have Percona platform set up. I'm going to create a PMM server name. Let's call it PMM leave demo. I'm going to paste my access token, and I will connect. So, token. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so I was able to fix the problem with the token. I connected the PMM live demo instance. And now if I go to the advisors page, I'm gonna see the list of checks being way bigger than it used to be. This is again a free account that you can set up, so you don't need to pay for any subscription. And after a while, in the dashboard homepage, I'm gonna get the list of failed checks. So I can click here, and it's gonna show me for my both monitoring instance. I have just two, a pair of MySQL source and replica. So I can go through each of them. This is our source replica and have, like, issues with the configuration variables, some security issues because user has a definition that is not localhost. This is wide open, some details about that, and so on. So this is the way that advisors can help me with to prevent issues. One other thing that I can do once I have the subscription created, I can force to run checks, and all of them will run on the background, and finally provide information on the home dashboard. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to the integrated alerting. So alerting, I have integrated alerting here. Right now, there is no problem happening, and I'm going to show you the whole process from setting up a notification channel, alert rules, and so on. So for notification channels, given the purpose of preparing this talk, I created two channels. Both of them are for Slack. It's not a big deal. You can create a free account on Slack. I have done that, and once we are on Slack, we can create an application that will kind of open a listener on the Slack side, so I can send a post message that it can show me in my messenger later. But I'm not gonna use Slack for this, or I will use, but I'm gonna use another notification channel to show you how easy it is. But first, let me show you how to configure this. It's not a big issue. We need to create a channel on Slack and then a Slack room, and then a dedicated Slack channel for that. So for the matter of this testing, I'm gonna take advantage of a website called Webhook. Webhook.site will give me a hook where I can send post messages through JSON text. So first I'm gonna copy the URL that I need to use, and then get back here, add a channel. What type of channel? I can create email, PagerDuty, Slack, or Webhook. I'm gonna use Webhook. I'm gonna set a list called, I don't know, PMM hook. This is a name that is gonna be used for the rest of the PMM server to identify this specific channel, and the URL that I just copied. I'm gonna add that, and that's it. So I'm coming here to these templates are the template that comes on the server. I can create more. I'm gonna use some of the built-in, and then I'm gonna create another rule. I just have two, and I'm gonna create one for the sake of the demo. So you can see how easy it is to add a new rule for monitoring. First, add a rule, choose the template. I'm gonna use connections in use of MySQL. I'm gonna set something like user connections to identify what is my rule. In this case, I can define a threshold of how many connections are used based on the total available. I'm gonna use only 10% of them because I want to fire the problem quite easily. And what's the duration of the condition before firing? By default is 5 minutes. I want this to be somehow immediate, so I'm gonna add 5 seconds. And what communication channel I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use both PMM, which is this one is for Slack, and I'm gonna use the PMM hook. And I'm gonna activate this. And that's pretty much what I need. Also, I'm gonna make sure that MySQL restarted is part of the notification. I'm gonna let it in the Slack. So, as you can see here, there are no alerts. And as you can see in my Slack channel, I have just few alerts from previous tests, but I'm gonna show you how this works in real time. So let's connect to my instance. And I'm gonna do a few things here to force some alert. First of all, I'm gonna stop MySQL. So systemctl, stop MySQL. Let's MySQL stop MySQL. Okay, so the server is not running. Eventually, I'm gonna have alert of this problem happening. It's gonna take some time, so in the meantime, I'm gonna leave a few seconds, and then I will just start MySQL to force one of these. So as you can see, MySQL is running now, should process list, and it was just restarted, 12 seconds. So after a few seconds, I should see an alert happening because of the MySQL being restarted. In the meantime, I'm gonna fire the other alert or the other problem via sysbench. I'm just using a super simple script that will fire up a OLTP sysbench load with 16 threads running. And let's do a quick check before. Show global values like max connections. This is on purpose. I created a max connections on, I'm gonna reduce the max connection to a fraction of that so I can fire up when the 10% is overseen. So set global max connections equal 50. Okay, and now I'm gonna fire up my sysbench work. After 5 seconds, I should see an alert here saying that the threshold was is over. Okay, this is the previous one. The MySQL was started. And now I should see, while we wait for the other, let me show you how in Slack we show the new alert and what alert is happening. You know, MySQL was restarted 30 seconds ago, and now I should start seeing the second alert with too many connections being connected because I have 16 over. So this specific alert will appear both in PMM, in the Slack channel, sorry, it's going to take some time because, you know, Slack can be delayed a little bit, but also on the webhook, and you can see here, okay? All the JSON with the information that actually is the same that is happening on Slack. Slack already received this MySQL too many connections. So let's stop this. Let's silence because I don't want that to keep sending messages to my Slack account, not to my webhook. And after a few minutes, both alerts will be cleaned. Okay, silence. This is fire. Oh, yeah, okay. So it's gonna take a few seconds to clean up. Okay. This is a demo. Demo not always works as expected, but you got the idea here. So let's go back to presentation. Some conclusions. PMM is a great tool for monitoring, but also is integrating some heuristics to help preventing problems and alerting in case of the problem happens. So we will work on integrating everything with the platform to have a better and more agile way of communicating problems to the subscribers, because we will at some point be able to create tickets from these alerts. So we will have a full platform to monitor and attend databases from a single place like the PMM server, which will give us some flexibility and powerful features to treat in the future. And that is pretty much it. I'm gonna leave a few minutes for Q&A. And thank you very much for attending my talk. And if you are looking for a new job or some work, feel free to ping us on percona.com/careers. We are looking for people that want to work with us. Thank you very much.